Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the dismiss. Alrighty. Okay, hey guys, what's up? It's another Wednesday. Isn't that weird? We do a live stream like every Wednesday. It's like, why do we even do that? Well, we're doing it. What's up, Trini? Buy the book. Tina, Caustic. How's everybody doing today? It is Wednesday, right? Every Wednesday as planned, yeah. Well, what's everybody up to on this Wednesday? Today, let's see. What did I do today? I did some boring things like my taxes. That's never fun, is it? Doing your taxes. But you got to do them. So my taxes, cleaned out the fireplace. It's getting warm out there. It's nice. Last night I took the dogs out, and you know, I live in a very wooded area, and I scan the woods with my flashlight when my dogs are out there with me, and I scanned and I saw a reflection. The eyes of an animal. I don't know what it was, but it was just sitting there staring at us for the entire time we were out there. So I snapped a picture of it, of course, and put it on my Instagram in the wee hours of the night. I haven't seen too many animals back there. I did see some deer. We got a new chipmunk. We got a chipmunk that I saw, so I put some non-salted peanuts out there for the chipmunk. You don't see chipmunks that often. You usually see squirrels. But there it was. You're eating dumplings. That sounds good. Making me hungry over here. Please don't make a Mr. Ballin episode. Well, I feel like I've done a couple of those in my time. Telling some nice detailed stories of horror. But yeah, I guess speaking of horror, maybe at the end of this, we can do some more horror trivia. If you guys want to do that. And I was cleaning out through stuff, and I found back in 2019, I went and saw E.T., the extraterrestrial, in concert, symphony, and everything. So 3 years ago, I got to see E.T. again in the theater. So that makes it 3 times that I've seen E.T. in the theater. Twice when I was a little kid, and once when I was a bigger little kid. So, Monsters in the Woods. Well, I don't know. I was probably just an animal, but it could have been a skinwalker or a Sasquatch. But it was probably just like a fox. Or maybe a deer. Oh dear. So what's up? So what should we talk about today? Because I really don't have anything planned, so we'll probably just make this short if we can't think of anything. But I'm here if you guys want to Q&A with me. We can talk about stuff. Most of you know that we're moving forward now we have the movie is greenlit, so we've been working a lot on that. We're at the part now where we're breaking down the script, so we will be able to schedule what we need and be able to reach out to people for casting and to actually go out and find all the locations that we need. And yeah, other than that, you guys already know that I'll be doing updates on the Kickstarter for when we know when we're going to be filming, so that people that donated to those perks will be able to plan accordingly, I guess. Peanut butter sandwiches before going out to your mom's birthday. Oh, happy birthday to your mom. Oh, they're going to a non-vegan restaurant, so you're filling up, so you don't have to just eat fries. I see. Been there, done it. I know how it is. You normally see skunks and coyotes. I saw some coyotes the other day, and luckily I haven't seen any skunks around here, but my last house, there was a bunch of skunks. And there's a bunch of bunnies. I was out at my last house yesterday, and just driving, 3 rabbits ran in front of my car. The vegan that I am, I totally missed all of them on purpose, so they are all still running around. But there's so many rabbits in my old neighborhood, and there's skunks too. There's skunks because Indy got sprayed directly in the face by a skunk probably 7 or 8 years ago. That was not fun. I haven't seen any Sasquatch around here, but you never know. No, we haven't got any actors yet. We're reaching out to those actors. We need to plan. We need to break down the script. So we need to be able to schedule everything before we can like really offer somebody a job to act. They have to know like what days they're needed and stuff like that. So that's why we got to break it down. Every little bit that we got to do and schedule. Hey, we're going to need you for 5 hours on this day, and maybe that's the only day we need you. So then we reach out to them and we give them an offer of what, hopefully we want, get some people on board. If there's, and being a micro budget, that makes it very difficult. So if there's anybody out there that is a multimillionaire that just wants to throw away some money towards a very good vegan project, get a hold of me. Or if you know anybody, if you know any actors that are vegan, that's the problem. We can get a hold of all kinds of actors, but we really want to first and foremost go for vegan actors. I understand that it's probably not going to be all vegan actors, but we want to try to fill the roles first if we can find vegan actors first and foremost. Because what I don't want is I don't want a whole full cast where nobody's vegan except for me. Because I would just rather have like the vegan community come together and be part of this, It'll be more of an impact and more of something that the vegan community could be proud of, when this is complete. So I have my reasoning for that. Yeah, that skunk smell didn't go away for like 6 months. It was bad. Thanks to Indy thinking he was going to go chase a bunny. It wasn't a bunny. It was a skunk. You want to escape? I'm sorry, Sabrina, that you're having a bad day. Hopefully it gets better from here on out. What good vegan food has everybody had today? I have a pink pineapple. What about you guys? Anybody eat some delicious vegan foods? You have a rebound headache. Ooh, I don't like headaches. That sucks. I'm sorry. I guess I lucked out. I haven't had a headache since I was 14. But I remember what they were like. They were horrible. Chips and guacamole, by the book. That sounds good. Chips and guac. I would do that. I just found the other night. I was in Wegmans shopping, and in the chip section, I saw the C8 chips. And normally if I do get those, which I wasn't going to, I usually get the nacho ones because those are really good. But they had a new one called Ranch, and they were vegan, dairy-free, all that. I'm like, are you kidding me? Ranch chips. So I picked some of those up by C8 chips. Has anyone had those? Amy's soup, cold out of the can. Which Which flavor? Amy's soups. Yeah, she's got some good soups there. The chicken noodle, the split pea. I really like the split pea. And then there's like the minestrone. If it's got mushrooms, no, can't. No whole mushrooms. Did you get bigger like Super Mario? Blueberry oat ice cream. Blueberry oat ice cream. That sounds good. Probably. I've got some blueberries in the refrigerator. Yes, recycled. No headaches since I was 14. I'm very fortunate because that was 32 years ago. I used to get bad headaches when I was a kid, and my mom would always give me aspirin or Tylenol or whatever it was she gave me. And I'll tell you the two things that I did, and I don't know because I'm not going to do either one of them again, but I'll tell you the two things that I did, and then I never got a headache again. And it could have been a coincidence, or it could have been from this. Okay, the first thing is I went vegetarian and I stopped eating meat. And the other thing was I identified with straight edge because that's what I had always been. So that meant no drugs or alcohol, including like medicines like pain medicine and stuff like that, like Tylenol and aspirin. So I stopped doing those, which my mom always said, here, take a Tylenol. And it never seemed like it worked for me. She'd give me an aspirin or a Tylenol when I had a headache, and she told me it would make me feel better, and literally it never did. I thought maybe like a little bit, maybe it was working, but it was still a pounding headache. But anyway, I went vegetarian. I stopped taking medicine, and to this day, I never had a headache again, ever. So I want to knock on wood on that one because I don't want those headaches to come back. They were throbbing, pounding headaches, and you couldn't sleep and all that, so, and it seems like I would get them all the time, but no more. So that was almost like a different lifetime almost because it was so long ago. But that's my true story. Noodles, tofu with liquid aminos. That sounds good. Sounds like something I had just a couple days ago. Maybe a half a week ago. I love cooking up my tofu. I love the noodles, and I love the liquid aminos. Veggie sushi on Monday. That sounds good too. Haven't had any veggie sushi in a while. Oh, you got 99 cents for C8. That's a good deal at Sprouts. Yeah, I'm at Wegmans, so except for the pink watermelon or the pink pineapple. The pink pineapple. If you guys are wondering what it looks like, I posted a picture of it. It's actually in my last video that I posted. I did a Wegmans food haul. See what's new. And also vegan Easter candy, but I think I already showed you guys that first here on the live streams. And I also got these. Let me tell you about these. I ordered these. The Beyond Meat. I think I already told you. The Beyond Meat jerky. And it comes with like 10 packs for like $18 or $19 on Amazon, which I thought that was a good price. And I ate them. I did eat them. But I don't think they're the best. I don't think they're that good, actually. I think they're kind of weird tasting. But not weird enough for me not to chew on them and snack on them while I'm on the computer. So I did eat them. But they're definitely not the best jerky out there. The lentil one. Yeah. The one with the salt and the fat. Okay, yeah. That's the better tasting one. Oh, you don't have a way to heat the food? How come? Tofu scramble, sausage patties, mushrooms, and fried potatoes. I would take the mushrooms out of that and eat all the rest. Oh, the Siete tortillas they're like the best tortillas, but they're super expensive. Yes. I've actually never bought them because they're too expensive, but my friend, she had a bunch of them and she was moving, so she gave me what she had, and I was like, wow, these are super good. I'm never going to buy them, but they're super good. Oh, the Magnum non-dairy ice cream bars. Yeah, those are really good. So are the Oatly ones. The Oatly just came out with some ice cream bars, and they're really, Oatly is just nice and creamy ice cream. It's like it just is. The Noble Jerky, yeah, that's better than the Beyond one. The Amy's frozen vegan tofu scramble with the hash browns. Definitely try the Oatly ones. I had the chocolate one. I haven't had the other ones. I don't think I've ever had trumpet mushrooms, no. I was actually telling somebody either, what was it, today or yesterday? I think yesterday. But I don't like mushrooms, but when I went to San Diego, my friend at he owns a really good vegan restaurant down there called Donna Jean, and he made, well, we have a whole video on it if you want to watch it, but he made Nashville hot shrooms out of oyster mushrooms, and I felt like I had to try them because he made them, and even though I didn't like mushrooms, I'm like, all right, they don't look like mushrooms. They look really good, actually, and I tried, and they were really good because it didn't look or taste like a mushroom to me. So I guess, yeah, I would definitely eat that again. And if you guys ever go to Donna Jean, get the Nashville hot shrooms. Yeah, those tortillas, yeah, they're like $10 somewhere around there. Will I be vlogging? I'm not exactly sure everything, but yeah, I want to do. I want to do behind the scenes of like the whole process of this whole movie making thing. I've actually got a couple vlogs that I did at the studio that I still have to edit and put up there. But I'm also behind on my other vlogs because I put up a Wegman shopping video, and then I did another video the other day that I didn't expect to do, and my niece may be in that one, so there's another one for you. The ones that are time sensitive though, that I feel like, I mean, I got some good stuff that I still got to edit for you guys and post that are exciting, I think. Some new products and stuff like that, and update on like the house and the kitchen and the dogs and all that good stuff. But I've been working a lot on other stuff too, so yeah, Primal Jerky is really good. I wouldn't say it's my number one though. Terry, no, I have never had a headache since I was 14. I didn't have a headache when I was sick, which is good because when I do get sick, I don't get a headache. Yeah, I think you guys will enjoy the behind the scenes. I think most people that are interested in like making a movie that's not like Hollywood, just a fan funded come together movie, and see how we put it all together. And I want it anyway, just so I can, like, years to come, years in the future, I can look back at the whole process, kind of document it, and see how we did it. Oh yeah, I forgot to knock on wood. There we go, knock on wood. Is this wood? No, that's sheetrock. Here's wood. Wood. Knock on wood. What's my favorite vegan frozen pizza? Well, that would be the Blackbird Foods. And I really love margarita, but in this case, I think I would go with their Supreme, which Supreme has never really been my favorite, but theirs is probably my absolute favorite frozen food. So their pizzas would be the number one frozen ones for me. And I would say second for me would be the Amy's margarita, vegan margarita pizza. However, like a year ago, probably a little more than a year ago, those were my favorites before I had the Blackbird. But then they did something and they changed something in it. And there's a weird fishy taste. It's still vegan, but it's like, I don't know, seaweed or something. I don't know. But there's a weird taste to it and an aftertaste. So it's no longer my favorite. And then if I was going to make my own frozen one, you guys, if you haven't tried them yet, I really like the frozen pizza shells from Trader Joe's. You just put some of your favorite cheese and sauce on it or whatever, and it's super good. The Louisville jerky is really good. It's up there with the top jerkies. I have some of that upstairs. It was on sale and somebody grabbed it for me. It was like 99 cents or something. And Miyoko's butter was on sale for 99 cents. So actually Rachel's sister got me 3 packets of that because 99 cents, super deal right there. The only time I ever got that better deal on that is when Miyoko loaded me up with all the butter and cheese when I saw her at the expo a few years ago. No stress migraines or no. That's the thing about me. I don't normally stress like most people, I think. I have a pretty clear mind, and if something doesn't go right, it's like, well, there's really nothing I can do about that. There's no reason to stress about it. But no, honestly, I haven't had a headache in any form since I was 14. And you all know I'm a lot older than 14 now, so it's been a while. I actually have a vegan Dea pizza in my freezer right now. Dea is not my favorite, and I definitely don't like any of the ones with the mushrooms on it. Even if I pick it off, it doesn't. I don't like it. But the one I have upstairs is the pepperoni meat lovers one, which I think I grabbed it because it was on sale. It's been in there for a little bit though. Not too long, but it's been in there longer than a Blackbird's pizza would be in there. So hey Jules, nice to see you even before work. Always. You've never had headaches, never needed glasses, perfect vision. I've got perfect vision except for when I'm like trying to read like really small letters up close to me. But like for everything else, I have, perfect vision. So I don't need glasses to drive or look at anybody or anything like this, or even to read this. But if it's like really small ingredients, then it's like, it kind of strains on my eyes nowadays. And I never had allergies either. What's the best type of cheese to use for homemade pizza? Well, it depends what you like. I like the Miyoko's cheese. Miyoko's mozzarella is really good, and I have like a whole video on the best way that I think to use it. But there's several other cheeses that are really like Good Planet is good, Violife is good, Chow is good. Follow Your Heart shreds melt really well. So I just want to say, if you get the fine, there's regular shreds and then there's the really fine, thin shreds. If you get that one and you throw that on your pizza, magically, it will melt really, really good. I think I did that on a birthday pizza on one of my vlogs over at my parents' house. I made like a garlic pizza with that. But yeah, you know, once upon a time there was like once upon a time there was like no good vegan cheeses. Then there was like one good vegan cheese. And now there's just so many. So I can recommend a bunch of vegan cheeses that you can put on your pizza to your liking. Miyoko also has that liquid, the liquid mozzarella that you put on there, which I have not had, but I'm assuming it's a lot like the regular mozzarella. It's just easier to put on there. Yeah, I always wear sunglasses as well. Not only because I'm a vampire, but when I was a little kid, I mean, do I have a lot of wrinkles? I feel like I don't, but that's because things like sunk in when I was little. You know, if I heard something, like I did, and that's one of the reasons why I never smoked a cigarette. I never drank a cup of coffee. I never did all these things because I thought like, you know, oh, I don't want that to happen. I never drank alcohol. But when I was a little kid, and I'm talking about pretty little, probably maybe 5 or 6, I was in my backyard on a very sunny day, and I was squinting like this, you know, and my dad says, Chris, try not to squint when you're out in the sun, because if you do that, you're going to grow up and you're going to have all wrinkles like your dad. And I was like, oh, okay. So I'm like, can't squint. So, but then I hurt my eyes, so I needed sunglasses. So yeah, that was I try not to squint. I try to use sunglasses when I go out in the bright sun. I'm getting blown up over here. It's my sister. My sister's texting me. Maybe I should read it real quick just to make sure she's not like, oh, I was going to say maybe she needs like help or something, but she just, oh, I already knew about this too, but she just sent me, here, I'll show you guys, a picture of ice cream. There's a local ice cream. There's a few of them around here in Syracuse that have vegan ice cream, and she wanted to let me know. So now I got to go there and get some ice cream. All these frozen pizzas. You guys are definitely making me hungry for sure. I think you guys do that on purpose though, don't you? You're like, let's see how long Chris can do this before he has to go eat. Tacos too. Yeah, we should have like a big taco. I should make a video on just, cause we used to have, I haven't done that in so long. Like my mom, when I was a little kid, we would have tacos, you know, on one of the nights of the week, and she'd have all the stuff out, and okay, come make your tacos, and it was so fun. But it's even more fun now that they're vegan. I'm such a purist. I mean, I'm not doing that to be, I mean, I know that there's no perfection in what I do, and I don't, because some people see that as a bad thing, being a purist, and I just say, hey, go with the flow and be you and do what you want. I don't judge other people for what they do, except for if you're eating animals, because there's a victim there. But other than that, like, I don't care what you do. If you want to eat all vegan junk food, be my guest. If you want to smoke a cigarette, do it away from me. I don't want to breathe it. If you want to drink some alcohol, fine, I'll hang out with you. I mean, my whole family drinks alcohol, you know what I'm saying? I don't care. People think that I don't want to hang out with them because I'm straight edge. No, I don't care. You heard sunscreen helps prevent wrinkles. It might, depending on what kind it is. The flatbread pizza. Flatbread pizza is always good. What's the name of it? It's like there's a long flatbread that's vegan. It says vegan right on it, and it's really good. I can't remember the name of it though. You're eating vegan jerky right now. I mean, I could bust open that package right there and also I could join you, but it's not the best. I'd rather be eating these right now, but I don't want to spoil my dinner. You know what I'm saying? Vago. I don't mind promoting Vago every day. I think more people should know about them. Homemade crust, right, yes. But we're talking about the frozen ones. But homemade crust is always usually the best. The Salvador Dali. You like that quote? My favorite quote. Have no fear of perfection. You'll never reach it. So for all you perfectionists out there, stop. Life's too short. I was one. Pico. I love Pico. I got some Pico in the fridge right now. I put Pico on everything. Eating cookies and candy. You guys are a bad influence on me. Yeah, I always hated breathing in smoke or even just like walking into a room, especially in the winter, because my dad's been a smoker since he was like a teenager. So I had to grow up with that. And I was like, oh, Dad, can you go outside and smoke? You know, and all those years back in the 80s, like smoking in the house, smoking in the car, but he doesn't do it anymore, obviously. He goes outside. I just really wish he'd stop smoking. I always try to get him to stop smoking. Oh, like the tan on your, like you got sunburn on your driver's side. You got your arm out the window. Vago is not spoiling your dinner if it is your dinner. There's some logic right there. Dolly has some good quotes, yeah. Boring Domino's for being one of the last holdout pizza chains for not carrying. You know what sucks is a lot of these fast food places, they all have vegan options. Over in Europe, what about here? What about here? I used to live by a Papa John's and would get vegan Papa John's all the time when I lived in Virginia. It was right outside my apartment, literally outside my apartment, Papa John's. When I was a newbie vegan, even a newbie vegetarian, like I used to go to different vegan fast food places and try to order different vegan versions of different things way back in the day. And back in the 90s, I used to work at Pizza Hut, and I would make, during my break, I would make myself something vegan. It was very hard to go in for the average person to order something vegan, but when you're working in the kitchen, it was easy for me to make something vegan. because at the time, back in the 90s, there was only a couple dough that were actually vegan, and that was the mini personal pan and the thin crust, because the rest of the crust were not vegan, and the sauce wasn't vegan, but the spaghetti sauce was vegan. So I would open up a bag of spaghetti sauce for the spaghetti, because they also had pasta there. And I would take like some scoops before it got mixed in with meatballs. I'd take some scoops from like a brand new bag of spaghetti sauce, put it on my pizza. This is the days before any kind of vegan cheese, back in the mid 90s. And then I would like saute up a bunch of veggies. I'd put it through like the conveyor so they were all nice and sizzly. And then I'd throw it on my pizza, and then I'd have like an extra veggie pizza. And sometimes I'd close it up and make like a stuffed crust pizza with 2 thin crust. The dessert pizza was vegan too, which was surprising, because that was they had like a raspberry, blueberry, and apple, and everything on it was vegan. The graham cracker crust, the icing, the filling, it was all vegan. So, but they might have changed things since I worked. I mean, that was a long time ago. What's my favorite Will Smith movie? Would probably be I Am Legend. I like I Am Legend. I also like... I feel like I always forget the name of it. Is it 7 Pounds? I think that one with Rosario Dawson. Typo negative. Z Pizza? No, never heard of Z Pizza. Z Pizza. Oh, hey, what's up, Chrissy Waves? Nice to see you again. The garlic dip was really good with the Papa John's, because that was like a garlic butter that you would not think would be vegan, but it was. Also, I worked at the Olive Garden, and the breadsticks were vegan with that garlic butter. The garlic butter was vegan. But that was also that was back in like the 97. So just make sure if it's still vegan or not. So don't be like, hey, I said this, because that was 2.5 decades ago. Was that 2.5 decades? That was 3 decades ago, Chris. What the heck? What is going on? Where did the time go? 90s, 2000s. Wow. Now I kind of want to go get the dipping sauce at Papa John's as well. Yeah. Yeah, 7 Pounds. If you haven't noticed, I like the sad movies. Jules. 7 Pounds was good. I liked it. The box jellyfish, the irukandji. Not the irukandji, but the irukandji was more deadly than the box jellyfish. I won't tell you guys why. I'm not giving away anything. Vago tastes like the American chocolate bar Aero. So a lot of people said that it tastes like, I can't remember, because I never had one, but it was like, everybody that I had try it, they all said, well, a few people said it tasted like a certain candy bar, and something Rocher or something. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? I'd have to go back to the video and watch. The Will Smith movie where the rich family practically adopts him. Ferrero Rocher, yes. AJ, yeah, that's the one. I've never had one of those, so I had no idea. I guess it tastes like Vago. Ferrero Rocher. So, I guess did I miss out since I never had one? Because I wouldn't even know how to make a vegan version of it if I never had it. I never had Nutella either. I went vegan before Nutella was here in the States, or at least not where I lived. If it was, never had Nutella, but I hear that it does because they do have their version of Nutella, the spread, the Vago chocolate spread. It's so good. You get one of those. Let's see, you only eat one spoonful. Oh, they do have a vegan dark chocolate one now. Hey, I posted something on Instagram. Trader Joe's has some oat milk chocolate bars that are really good. They're no Vago, but they are very good. They're like milk chocolatey. They're very small too. Get 3 of them. Nutella is like chocolate hazelnut butter. Okay, then yes, I would assume that it's very much like that because this is like chocolate hazelnut butter, the Vago bar. Your all-time sad movie was AI. AI is a good movie, yeah. Time. My all-time sad movie. I mean, really the only movie that can make me cry as an adult is E.T. But that's got a lot of nostalgia there for me. But it is, I mean, there are very sad parts, but I think it also has a lot to do with my own nostalgia. But as far as sad movies, you know what other one stands out for me is Great Expectations. The part where he's like, he's going to try to find Gwyneth Paltrow's character, and he goes up there and she's gone, and that her mother just basically says, I made this happen. And he's like, and he comes up to her and he grabs her hand and he's like, because she did this to him when he was a little kid, and he goes, do you know what this is? And then she starts crying. He's like, this is my heart and it's broken. And she's just like, I'm sorry, what have I done? That part right there was pretty sad. There's going to be a sad part in my movie when it comes out. I wish I could just tell you guys. I'm so excited every time I tell people that scene, but I can't because I don't want to give it away. And if I gave it away, you wouldn't want to see it. Or maybe you would, but I'm not going to give it away. But there's a sad scene. And I'm going to be looking at everybody in the theater. Are you tearing up? Are you tearing up? Good. You're not tearing up. Come on. Bambi was really, really sad. Oh, you know what book made me cry when I was a little kid? Where the Red Fern Grows. You cry over the original Willy Wonka. Beaches, yes. Beaches is another one. Yep. I used to always watch Beaches. You just watched Great Expectations? That's weird that I just said that. That's crazy. That's... Yeah, I like all the sad movies. I know, I'm sure like I could think of a bunch of other ones too. What's up, Stardress Sky? How's it going? The Octopus Teacher? I didn't see that. I heard of it. I did cry at E.T. I couldn't help myself. I told you the story. When I first saw E.T. in June of 1982, I cried, and I felt like a little baby, to be honest, when I left. And then I went to see it again 2 weeks later, and I'm like, I already know what's going to happen. I'm not going to cry. And I cried. I could not help myself. And then I saw it 3 years ago, and my eyes watered up as soon as the music played when it began. But then at the part that would pretty much make anyone cry, yeah, it's hard not to with E.T. Ari, thank you for the super chat, 1999. I appreciate that, as always. What about The Dead Zone with Christopher? I don't know if I ever saw The Dead Zone. Oh, you started watching Savannah Smiles? That was another one. That made me cry when I was a little kid. As an adult, I think E.T. is the only one that can make me cry. Is that the only one that made me cry recently? If you don't cry with E.T., then you either weren't paying attention or yeah, Savannah Smiles. I didn't cry in Titanic, but I really did like Titanic. I do like true crime. In fact, I almost did a true crime channel before it was popular. But now so many other people do it that I just was like, I have a channel that I made years and years ago that I just never, I only uploaded one video. Oh, I did like Forrest Gump. Let's think of some movies that I'll have to think about them another time when I'm not on the spot trying to think of them. I mean, there's certain scenes from a lot of different movies that could make you cry. For the Vago Fund, thanks AJ for that super chat. I appreciate that. Life Before Her Eyes, about a girl who was in a school shooting and she lived an entire lifetime in a few minutes. Have I seen most movies? No, there's a lot of movies, but when I lived in New York City, that would probably be the time in my life that I watched the most movies. We would literally rent 3 movies a night and watch them all and bring them back and do it again and again. And I watched I watched a lot of foreign movies. I was trying to learn French, so a lot of French movies. But I watched so many movies back then, and I knew like almost every movie. And lately, I mean, I can't tell you the last time I was at a movie theater, and I just haven't really watched a lot of movies in the last probably 5 to 8 years. Not as many as I used to watch. Philadelphia was a sad movie. I don't think I saw Philadelphia. That's with Tom Hanks. What is my movie about? What can I say without giving it away? It is about, it's got a vegan message in it. And it's about, well, there's, I guess I'm not giving it away. If like there's zombies in it, and the zombies become zombies by eating meat and dairy. And there's a connection between a boy and his dog, Andy the pup. And that's probably all I really want to say about it without you guys actually watching it when it finally comes out. And obviously we'll try to, before it's actually in post-production, we'll probably try to get a little teaser trailer from some of the footage that we shoot. Do I think Vago would be good in a chocolate sauce? Yes, because they do have a chocolate sauce. It's it's like a Nutella sauce. I'll have to edit. I have videos that I have some upstairs actually. Ben and Jerry's milk and cookies vegan. Is it, if it's not brand new, then yeah, I've tried all their vegan flavors. My favorite 80s movie is my favorite all-time movie is E.T. E.T. is my all-time favorite movie. I have a whole podcast I did about E.T. and I went and I actually saw the house and some of the places that it was filmed at, and I met Dee Wallace. I have a video of Dee Wallace who played the mom, and I've met C. Thomas Howell, and those are the only two people I've met from E.T. Blockbuster. I used to go to Blockbuster, but when I was in New York City, there was like a just a random family owned movie place right down there, just a couple blocks over that I used to go to. In fact, I went there and I got like a cramp right now, like a really weird cramp on the side of my leg over here. That's why I'm looking like I'm uncomfortable. I went in there and Matt Dillon was standing right next to me. I was like, oh my God, Matt Dillon. I wanted to tell him like, hey, I loved your movie, City of Ghosts, because I had just watched that. And that probably would have made him, he probably would have liked that better than if I said like, I like Something About Mary, because he actually directed it and starred in it. And I don't know if he wrote it, but when does my movie come out? I don't know. Hopefully next year. We're going to be shooting it at in the late summer, fall of this year. And then we got to worry about post-production. And then hopefully everything comes together and it comes out next year. Can I think of a bad movie or a badly made movie that I liked? A badly made movie. I remember at the time, I don't even remember what it was really about, but I remember at the time everybody was like, Geely was like the worst movie ever, and I watched it and I was like, I didn't think it was the worst movie. I thought it was okay, but like it wasn't like, I don't know if that's what you're looking for. What? Usually when somebody says something's bad and then The Village. Everybody that I had known, most people that I've talked to did not like The Village. I really like The Village by M. Night Shyamalan. Everybody that came out of the movie theaters were like, I just wasted 2 hours of my life. And I was like, I thought it was really good. As far as, well, I could just tell you right now what my favorite Ben and Jerry's was. It would be the fish food. The vegan fish food by far is my favorite. And then the next one would either be the Netflix and chilled or the Tonight Dough or whatever it is. But by far the fish food. Better Off Dead. I don't think I saw that one. I've seen so many 80s movies, but I don't know if I saw that one. I mean, some of my all-time favorite 80s movies, I mean, I could go on and on about 80s movies, but high up there in the ranks would be Stand By Me, The Goonies, Monster Squad, because I just, hey, I got to throw that in there because as a kid I loved monsters and I liked the Squad, and it's kind of like Goonies. Cloak and Dagger. That was a rare one, but that had Henry Thomas in it. Ferris Bueller's Day Off, The Breakfast Club. Teen Wolf. The Lost Boys. How could I forget The Lost Boys? That was one of my favorites. Still is. Do I like any Wes Anderson films? His first film, I loved it when I had made all my friends watch it when I moved to Florida when I was like 19. Bottle Rocket. I've got the 50-year plan here. I love Bottle Rocket. I haven't seen it in a while, but yeah, Bottle Rocket. Have I ever been a book reader? Only when I had to. I was really never a book reader. I've always been more visual. Although there's times that I could tell you the books that I've read because I haven't really read too many, to be honest. Just like school books that I had to read. I had to read Where the Red Fern Grows. That made me cry. It was a sad book when I was in like 5th or 6th grade. But on my own, what did I read? Well, I had a job at one point where I was security at Wegmans for overnight shift. So I was in like a Wegmans security kind of looking police car. And this is back when I was in college, and I would have to stay awake all night when literally nothing was happening just to make sure, because they were doing construction, adding a whole new part of Wegmans on there. So I basically had to just sit there overnight and make sure nothing happened to it. So that was when I started listening to like Art Bell and stuff. But I also read a few books then, which I'm like, well, I got nothing else to do. I might as well read a book. And I remember reading Timeline, and I'm like, I'm going to get bored after the first page. I read the first page, and I was just like, I was in. I read the whole book, and I was like, wow, that was an amazing book. The movie wasn't anywhere near as good as the book, but the book was really good. I read The Celestine Prophecy. I read Stephen Hawking's Brief History of Time. I was a nerd reading science and all this stuff. I read a fact finder, so I would like know things. And this is while I was in college. So I was reading these in addition to my college stuff that I was doing. So what else did I read? I read, as far as fantasy goes, my favorite fantasy that I would read is the Dragonlance series, and in particular this book right here, The Dragons of Winter Night. When I was a kid, I read this, and this was an amazing book, and it's a trilogy. There's 3 of them, but they have like a ton of books in the series. And this was another one of my favorites. In fact, they also had audio tapes that I would listen to after reading the books. And the audio tapes were pretty long. It was like 110 minutes. And I would put those on when I would sneak out of my house so my mom would think I was in my room listening to them. So, what else did I read? Anne Rice, The Vampire Lestat being one of my favorite books too. The Interview with the Vampire series. And yeah. Anyway, hey Linda, what's going on? We're talking about just random stuff right now. I probably missed a bunch of questions here. The Painted Veil with Edward Norton. Edward Norton movies. I mean, Death to Smoochie. Remember that movie? I did fall asleep in that shift one time. And it was the one time that the cops came and knocked on my window. And I was like, what? Oh, my God. That was embarrassing. I heard about the new Lord of the Rings series, but I also heard about a new Interview with the Vampire series, which I got to say I'm interested in that, the Vampire series. No, I was never in a book club. No, I never. I tried reading Harry Potter once, and I read like half of the first book, and then the movie came out, and then I put the book down and just watched the movie, and I never went back and read the books. I believe I did see Animal Farm back in, back in when it came out around that time, but I can't remember what it's about. Dust to Smoochie. I still remember the song. Yeah, American History X was good. It had Edward Norton and Edward Furlong. Yeah, we're really talking about movies. What other movies? I feel like we always talk about movies. You came into the book club. We're talking about books and movies and vegan food. So if you like books, movies, and vegan food, come to this. I should probably rename. I'm going to rename, because Wednesday Night Live, that's just so boring. How about we name this movies, books, and vegan food. There we go. Save. We have a new title. Movies, books, and vegan food. The party animal. I don't know. I will be honest and say there's some movies that like I've seen that I don't remember the name of or didn't even remember I saw it. Even with my great memory, and then all of a sudden like I'll start watching, I'll be like, wait a minute, I've seen this movie. Another one that I used to like that was a foreign movie was City of Lost Children. Also true romance, not foreign, but true romance. Good movie, a lot of great quotes. Good old Belky Bartakamus is in that. Remember Perfect Strangers? Movies, books, and vegan food. You've only read one book this year. You've read one more book than I've read this year. And we're already in April. Yes, there is a children's book I remember growing up, and if I see it and I look through it, I get a really strong special sense of nostalgia. It's called Goodnight Moon. Oh, The Shawshank Redemption. Yes, that's another. That's one of those movies. Whenever it was on, I would just watch it. So I've seen it so many times. The other movie that was like that whenever it came on, I would watch would be Castaway. I also loved. Here's a rare one, but I loved this movie, and I think that they should redo it. I don't think that they should redo every movie, but this one would be interesting nowadays. Brewster's Millions with Richard Pryor. Haven't seen it in a very long time, but me and my brother used to always watch that one. The Salamander Room. Never heard of that. I used to catch salamanders when I was little, though. John DeFloret was a really good foreign movie. I've seen a lot of. I mean, Pan's Labyrinth was really good. He did the third Harry Potter, Guillermo del Toro. I didn't see Where the Wild Things Are. Oh no, no, I did. Yeah, I used to. Yeah, okay. The book, yeah, I love it. They had a movie of that. I didn't see the movie, but the book, I love the movie. That reminds me, because I remember being in library class when I was in elementary school, and they had Where the Wild Things Are, but they also had Rikki Tikki Tembo. Remember that one? There was two. There was Rikki Tikki Tavi and Rikki Tikki Tembo. Rikki Tikki Tembo no Surrender, Cherry Berry Rucci Peperi Pembo fell into the well. So then they just named him Pip. Wow. I can't believe I remembered that. I watched a lot of French films. Maybe I didn't see Animal Farm. I don't know. You gave a mouse a cookie. I have never heard of that one either. Pan's Labyrinth. He's like, did anyone else just say he loves him? Wait, what? It's about a boy who brings a salamander home and then brings leaves, sticks, stones. It's about me when I was little. And ends with his room being a forest with the ceiling removed. Really neat. Wow, it's almost, that was almost, I'd save all the critters and animals in the neighborhood. La Passion de Jeanne d'Arc. I didn't see that. Or maybe I did and I don't remember. It was like 2001, 2, 3 that I lived in New York City. So it's been a while. It's been 20 years. What, the imitation of Pan's Labyrinth? See how many memories I can bring up from people out there. 30th anniversary of Witches. Do I have any Christmas movies that I love? Yes. Another nostalgic one for me was, well, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, the animated series from like the 60s or something. I used to watch that when I was little, but It's a Wonderful Life. I love that movie. And I think in recent times, the Santa Claus one that they did with the Chronicles, the Christmas Chronicles with Kurt Russell, I think that they captured an essence of like how 80s movies were with that, and I like that. But yeah, there's a bunch of Christmas movies that we're trying to think of old ones. I mean, I liked Elf, but that's not old. Elf. It's a Wonderful Life. Home Alone. Home Alone really gives, and like, I know it's like a funny kids one, but no, there's a part of that really like makes me feel nostalgic as well, I think. And it really captures that essence of the time of year for me. Groundhog Day. That's an interesting movie. They should redo that movie. So Christmas Story for me, it just plays over and over. I feel like I've seen it too many times that I never want to see it again. That's how I feel about that movie. Christmas in Connecticut? I haven't seen that. The Miracle on 34th Street. Yeah, that's another good one. Oh, and then there was another one that I haven't seen in a while, but I remember it very vividly. And it was, I don't know what it's called. Santa Claus? I don't know, but it's got Dudley Moore in it. Is it Santa Claus? It was 80s. It might have Kirstie Alley in it too, but I'm not certain. Merry Christmas, you filthy animal. Do you know that wasn't a real movie? I'll give you the count of 10. Oh, well, we've had quite a discussion tonight about books and movies and food. Too bad we weren't watching a movie with some food or doing a book review. Maybe we got to do book reviews, right? But we'll get to this another time. We'll do the movie trivia another time, because tonight we actually just talked about all kinds of different movies. So what time is it? It's 8 o'clock. Maybe it would have been better if they let the kid shoot his eye out. He kind of did. Do I think it would be fun to veganize famous films? I always thought it would be fun to do like different scenes, just to make a different scene of famous films. But I would never really want to redo films that are already out there. What's up, Dom? How's it going? We do need another movie night. Yeah, you're asking the wrong person to read a book. You like these lives? I guess that, yeah, that makes me feel good about because I'm always like, was that a good live, or did that just should I delete that, or should I just leave it up there? But thank you for the feedback. You never really know. I mean, David Rams? No, I don't think so. Yeah, there's too many reboots, remakes. A lot of them they just don't need to do. Is there any movies I loved as a kid and then rewatched? Yeah, there are. I can't think off the top of my head, but some of them I just never want to watch again, if that's gonna happen. But there was a couple movies that I didn't know what the name was, and I only watched it one. I remember watching it once when I was a little kid, and I actually found it like a couple months ago. And I think it was called, because I remember certain parts of it, like a kangaroo, and they were running from dingoes, and then they moved some of the soil in the ground, and there was water there, and I remembered that like when I was a little kid. And this movie came out before I think I was even born. So it was a 70s movie, but I remember watching it probably in like 1980 or somewhere around there. Anyways, I ended up finding it, and I listened into the music, and it was exactly how I remembered it from literally 40 some years ago. It's called Dot and the Kangaroo. It's an Australian movie. I have no idea how it must have been on one of the TV stations, and I watched it. But so E.T. is my all-time favorite movie, and it gives me, like, you guys already know, like, huge amounts of nostalgia. It takes me right back, and that's, like, for me, that's, like, I need that every once, like, I need that, but I can't watch it too often, because if I do, I don't want it to, like, dull my senses of nostalgia. So I won't even watch it, like, every year, but I want to watch it this year, because we're coming, I streamed it last year on its 39-year anniversary, but this year is the 40-year anniversary of E.T., and I feel like I need to watch it, or at least put it on, like, maybe we'll have movie night or something, or maybe I'll just talk about it or something, because June 11th is the 40th year anniversary of E.T., my favorite movie ever made. Oh, no, I don't think I have heard of David then. Maybe I've seen a video and I just didn't know his name. Yeah, the Leprechaun movie with Jennifer Aniston. I also liked Old Country Old Country for Old Men. Wait. Old Country for Old Men. Wait. No Country for Old Men. Wait, No Country for Old Men. Do I wish I was a kid again? Sometimes. Or I wish I could time travel back to seeing me be a kid and go in to see E.T. that day. Why do I like it so much? Why is that such a great memory for me? I know that just makes me feel like I'm like that much older, like 40th anniversary. I'm Drew Barrymore's age. I was her age when she's 1 year older than me, I think. Anyway. Oh, I said the anyway, and my dog got up. He knows. It's funny because he knows those words. Like as soon as I start saying like, adios, but I say that in English, he knows, and then he gets up and he's like, okay, well, it's time to get up off the floor. Your favorite is Terminator? Terminator is a good movie. I think I like Terminator 2 better than Terminator 1. You could be mine. How old am I? Because I look like I could be 18. Thank you. You're my new favorite vegan. I'm in my mid 40s. You just turned for 46 couple. You mean you just turned 46 a couple days ago? Well, then we are both bicentennial. We were born in the bicentennial. That was a big thing back then. That's my claim to fame. Bicentennial. I got a cup. I got a plate. Got a picture of me next to the bicentennial. Yeah, Nightmare on Elm Street. Tina. Oh, and Tina was her friend that Freddie got her. And I always remembered, whenever I heard the name Tina, I would think of Tina from Nightmare on Elm Street. Linda, I always have to say a reasonable age so they don't know that I'm actually a vampire. 100 years older than I actually am. All right, guys. Well, how long has it been? It's been, Bare Naked Ladies, how's that song go? It's been 5 days since you spoke to me, 2 days since you say you're sorry. I don't know, whatever. It's been over an hour. It's been an hour and 17 minutes, so we share the same year born, typo negative. 47 in 2 weeks. Wow, we're all very close in age. All three of us. We'll reconvene in next week's live stream if you guys want to carry on and talk more about movies and food and books, then maybe we could do that. And if I can remember any other things, I'm sure I'll think of something that I'm like, oh, why didn't I say that movie? Or why didn't I say that book? Well, I'll say it next week. All right. Well, everybody have a great night, and obviously watch out for zombies, stuff like that. Eat some good vegan food, and I'll see you guys next time. Yes, Sue, I did move. I'm in a new place right now. So you can check out my vlogs on my other channel. Go check those out. And it shows the new place, the new house, the dogs, all that good stuff. So